That's your line, the first line.
What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
This is James Hsu.
.com.
Ouch. What movie are we here for this week?
Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2. What was it? Last year or the year before Ryan Reynolds?
Year before.
Year before. Well, many years ago, Ryan Reynolds appeared on screen as Deadpool.
Did you see the commercial for the 10-year anniversary?
I did not.
So, Infinity War, or Marvel Studios did a 10-year anniversary of the culmination of all 19 films. 10 years later, here we are for Infinity War.
Yeah.
Freaking, they did their own commercial for 10 years ago. We wanted to make this movie.
I didn't see that, but I did notice while I was at Walmart the other day that nearly every, Warner Brother who has rights to this, or is it Sony?
This
is
Sony.
Yeah. Every Sony release Blu-ray cover was replaced with Deadpool. So like Logan had Deadpool on the cover, all these different movies.
I'm sorry, Fox.
Fox, yeah, 20th Century Fox. I think it even went beyond that though. Like I think they got some license, actually. But they had. I knew that. Yeah, they had covers and Deadpool's everywhere, right? Like all the X-Men movies, it's just Deadpool. So the marketing for this movie has been pretty crazy. You know, everyone's talked about Celine Dion. Everyone's talked about the David Beckham video. I mean, it's pretty viral.
They're doing the things.
So let's fast forward to last year when Deadpool came out and got huge reaction. People loved it. 2 years ago, everyone was kind of like, this is the rated R, this is the Deadpool we wanted. I was satisfied with the end product. I didn't love the movie. I just don't think it was, I thought it was funny. I thought it was fine, but it didn't stick with me necessarily. What did you think?
I think it was a 5 out of 10 for me.
5 out of 10?
It wasn't bad, it wasn't good. It was just like, okay. But my problem is that type of humor. Not really me.
You're not, okay.
I'm not a fun person.
You are, but sometimes your comedy is just always in the raunchy area. Like you think Jumanji was funny.
Yes.
Yes, but not so much the raunchy.
Yeah.
Toilet humor sometimes.
Yeah, I mean the first couple of jokes
sound
is
like
funny.
These old
but
pretentious.
30, 40 jokes in a row for me it's just.
I mean, I think I could even say it was a little bit better than that. I mean, I think there's stuff in that movie, and I think it was a really fun, different style executed superhero movie. The problem is with Deadpool 2, do they do what Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 do? Did, and just kind of redo the same thing over and over. So,
I was so disappointed by Galaxy 2.
Yeah, which is pretty forgettable. I mean, that movie was, only, probably a year and so, and I barely can remember it. So, I mean, that's kind of a bummer. But, nevertheless, Deadpool 2, did it change your mind about Deadpool? Is it saving the franchise? What is your opinion?
Well, my friend, for me...
Yeah.
4 out of 10.
Ooh.
And then when I saw the after credit scene, 4.5, maybe 5 out of 10. I will at least say that was the greatest after credit scene out of the 100 superhero movies that's been made, period.
Wow.
Has it maybe 100?
Yeah, I mean, is that 100 end credit scenes?
No, just superhero films.
Yeah,
100 of them?
There's a lot of them.
Give or take, I'll say that was probably the greatest end credit scene in the history.
Pretty bold.
I thought it was so freaking funny. That really got to me, and I loved it. And then today they were talking about how one of the ideas they originally had was Chris Evans was the Human Torch, and then he was gonna shoot the human, but they didn't make it.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Overall for the movie was just it was more of a rehash of the first one. So I think if you enjoyed that first one, you're gonna love this one.
Yeah.
It's just as good. And then for people like me, that the first one was fine. Then this one was also just fine.
Yeah.
I guess I'll start with the Mega Sonic Teenage
Warhead.
What happened to her? 5 minutes.
Maybe.
2 lines, 5 minutes and 2 lines, and I really like her. Her girlfriend, Psylocke type of character. Wasn't really there, and then she was just more of the Gwen Stefani.
That was one gag that worked for me, though. The girlfriend, and how you always said hello to her.
Good.
But I mean, I'm with you. I think
something else that stood out for me was Juggernaut. That was probably the first incantation. Is that the right word?
No, I don't think so.
It was the first
not incarnation.
Yeah, first incarnation. I'm so sorry of the Juggernaut. I liked the one that we first met in X2, X3.
X2.
X2? Whether it was X2 or X3. That was the
Juggernaut was too cheesy to be an X2.
So X3?
Yeah.
I hated that Juggernaut. That was like, that's not the Juggernaut. And then they attempted the Juggernaut again in X-Men First Class, X-Men...
One of the newer versions.
It wasn't Days of Future Past though, was it?
I don't think so.
Well,
I honestly don't even remember the second incarnation.
They did it again.
Yeah.
And then this one though, he was finally big, and he was this like the Juggernaut.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming either. Like that was something I don't know if you had read reports about that or knew that was coming.
I unfortunately did, just because that's what I do.
Yeah,
but,
that's what you do.
But I enjoyed that. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that, and then I guess it's not really. I don't know.
What?
The Brad Pitt.
Oh.
For 1 second.
Yeah.
That was cool. And then.
Was it though? Was it cool?
It was cool. I gave it a 4 out of 10.
Okay, what about Cable? Obviously playing a major role here.
And then the best part of the movie was Josh Brolin and Thanos. Josh Brolin, man, he's just killing it. You know, Infinity War, Thanos, this, and then Sicario, the Day of the Soldado.
Day of Soldado, yeah.
Yeah, Day of Soldado. David Saldana. That's
David
Zoe
Saldana.
Saldana. That's Zoe Saldana. Saldana. Whatever. My whole point is Josh Brolin was great. I enjoyed him a lot.
Do you like him better as Thanos or Cable?
Oh, Thanos. You can't even compare that. But Thanos is just written better, and everything about Thanos is just better. And then they had to make sure that the writers, they wrote Thanos like to the perfect T, because they needed to make sure, okay, we need to make sure.
More writing on that character.
We need to make sure that this is done right. But overall, for me, Deadpool 2 was just, it was fine, you know?
Yeah. What about Ryan Reynolds and his journey in this movie?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, man. Just that the comedy is just, it's a bit much for me. I don't look down on anyone who loves it to death, and it's just like that was the greatest film ever made. I love it, if that you love it, but just for me, it just doesn't.
It doesn't always land.
For me, it doesn't. I smirk.
Yeah.
I smirk and I smile, but it just doesn't get me to chuckle.
I have to kind of agree, you know, and I don't think it's necessarily the raunchiness of the comedy, but sometimes it just, well, at least in the sequel especially, it just kind of feels like we're really trying now. And, you know, there was a lot of things that we reenacted on, you know, the beginning credits, even though I didn't mind visually what we saw in the credits, the kind of James Bond-esque opening.
Oh, see, I didn't even care for that, honestly.
I thought that was cool. It was different than the first movie, but of course they had all the credit names that were very similar to the very first movie, and, you know, we have plenty of...
And then time over, because even on that didn't, like, so I'm reading it, I'm like,
yeah.
It doesn't do anything for me.
I remember that working really big in the first movie. And this one, that's what I said. I was like, they're kind of rehashing it. Okay, I get it, you know. Some people, I guess, just really find that funny. That's just, because most movies don't do that, and I get that. But at the same time, it's like, all right, we did it. Let's not get in that habit. Let's obviously keep trying to push boundaries. And I think that was the kind of problem with this movie. I don't think this movie pushed any more boundaries for the character. I mean, I'm sure anyone who's loyal to the character has always told me, like, oh, anytime I've ever told people about Deadpool, I'm like, yeah, the comedy doesn't get me, and everyone always goes, same thing all the time. That's just Deadpool. Like, all right, that's fine. Like, if that's Deadpool, that's fine. But I just don't. It wasn't enough to keep me engaged. Story-wise, I mean, with the story here of kind of him just having to watch out for Julian Dennison, I believe his name is, the kid from Hunt for the Wilder People. It's fine.
You're so proud.
Yeah, I mean, he was good. I was glad to see him in a big movie like this.
Didn't care for him in Wilder People, and didn't care for him in this.
But I mean, I just feel like a lot of these attempts at humor were just really trying too hard, and I appreciated the references in the jokes about the other movies, you know, in the first movie, but here it just kind of feels like now we're really...
Oh, he did do that call from Wilder People.
Yeah,
yeah, they did do that.
But I mean, the calls to the other superhero movies and calling out this movie and that movie, like, it worked in its spontaneity and like the shocking factor, I think, in the first movie. But now, okay, you make fun of it. I mean, what movie isn't doing? The Lego Movie does the same thing. You know, I mean, it's not pushing any boundaries, not doing anything new. It's not being different anymore. I think Cable is obviously the best thing to come out of this movie. Josh Brolin, of course, kills it again. In this movie, just a superhero, 2 weeks shy of the other superhero movie that he killed in. I think his character is more interesting. Obviously, being such a very important character in the comics, I'm interested in seeing where they go with him. I think he should get his own movie. I mean, that's how much of an intrigue he was. Unfortunately, his first thing was kind of in this movie, and this just didn't feel like it did him justice.
You know what I did love? The scene where McAvoy, Beast, and all of them.
Everyone made their surprise.
That I freaking loved. I freaking love that. That was awesome.
So yeah, I mean, we have obviously a lot of the X-Men. We have Colossal in here, who's very much
Colossus. Colossal is the movie that Anne Hathaway that you like that I don't understand.
Which is great. Maybe that's what this is, a Freudian slip. I'm thinking of a much better movie, but not a bad movie here. I just don't think it's as memorable as the first one, because first one obviously was there to make the impact for people. Didn't make it so much with us, but it was there. This one I think will make people happy. But the one thing to remember out of this is obviously Cable.
And I will say that I understand why everyone loves it.
Yeah,
I get it.
You get get it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work for us sometimes. And I think that's because, like, the Brad Pitt, for instance, is a great example, you know? Like, we're trying to push so many boundaries, so many cameos, like, everything has to be so, just so self-involved and, like, just relating to everything. And I will agree with you, though. I think, go on.
I love Domino.
Yeah, Domino was a cool addition.
I loved how she was lucky, and I loved that.
She was very lucky.
Oh my gosh.
Lucky was definitely on her side.
Yeah, I enjoyed.
No, she definitely was an intriguing character, somewhat different, something that's not normally what you see in a superhero movie, so I think there's some interest there. But no, I lost where I was going with that. No, but I just think overall this movie gave us characters and things that were more interesting than Deadpool 2. I think if you put those characters in other movies, we're far more interested in them, but in just Deadpool is fine. Juggernaut, I thought was an interesting option. I honestly, when they talk about the monster in the basement and all that stuff, I had no idea that's where they were going. And it ended up being really cool and kind of seeing him of actual size of what you would expect Juggernaut to be. But, you know, all that just kind of, it's fine. There was just nothing in this movie that really blew me away. There was nothing storyline-wise that made me really fall in love with this, or I think will make it very memorable besides Cable.
That's
Kind of a
fair.
bummer, yeah. And just trying too hard, you know. Sometimes I get it. You know, we get what you're trying to do. Like, just, you know, don't let that be your only horse and pony show. You know, I don't think that's the right expression, but you know, don't let that be your one trick pony. There it is. But overall, you know, people are gonna love it. I mean, I do think that. I'm blown away by just like how much that movie, how like marketing wise, how well that movie does. Like, just it's unbelievable how many people just eat that up. So
well, even
I'm
in the theater, as I hear jokes that, for me, I smiled and smirked maybe, but in our theater, and then I have thinking, really,
yeah, just big lands, yeah.
But they think it is, and
yeah,
it's just
As long as everyone's having a good time, I guess that's all that matters.
That is all that matters.
So,
my girlfriend's like, "Can you tell Dangerfield to hush?" I don't say one word.
You know, luckily we are leaving the superhero universe for a little bit next week, and we're going to travel to a universe in a galaxy far away. Yeah.
Solo,
a long
Star
time ago.
Wars story.
Even longer than a long time ago.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, super long time ago.
This one's after 3, before 4.
This is an origin story.
After 3, before 4.
Han Solo, a Star Wars story. Next week,
Solo,
a
Star Wars story.
It should have been Han. I like Han way better of a title. Just kidding. Solo's fine, I guess, because it is a solo movie, you know, with Lando and all that.
Get it?
Anyway, join us here next week at AMC Town Square for that private premiere, and yeah.
That is gonna. I'm hoping, from all the early reviews, I'm hoping that one is my like favorite summer film.
From opening reviews, meaning everything that you've been reading has been fairly positive?
Yeah.
Okay. I've read some mediocre
There's
stuff.
criticism and stuff like that, but everyone says though that it's not the actors or anything like that. It's the story, which I'm okay with. It's just a fun time. Fun summer movie.
Do you think this will beat out any of the other new Star Wars films? Like, where's your expectation on this movie? Because I was never
money wise or just enjoyment wise?
Enjoyment wise.
Well, considering I've never seen 4, 5, 6.
Right. You're gonna get us killed.
I don't have any.
Yeah.
I don't have any previous expectations. Of what Han is supposed to be. So I'm gonna be completely different.
Which is actually probably more in a benefit for you.
Yes, because I get to just come into this just to like straight up enjoy the Han Solo.
Yeah.
And in this version. And also remember, I haven't seen 4, 5, 6, so I don't know anything about Lando Calrissian.
Yeah.
So again,
kind of
and how great is that my first viewing of Lando Calrissian is Donald freaking Childish Gambino Glover.
Yeah.
You know, so how lucky am I on that?
I'm actually more kind of excited of his rendition of Lando than I am anything else. But you know, Rogue One, you know, Last Jedi,
fantastic.
and then Force Awakens were all really big hits with me. So I'm really interested in seeing where this kind of lines up. You know, I mean, they already hate us because of what you said, so I'm just going to kind of add on. I was never Solo was never my guy. He just wasn't. He never was my dude when it came to the Star Wars universe, so I'm not like too particular what they do with the character. But I mean, hopefully this will just add to the whole Star Wars universe.
On the movie money metric side, I'm curious because the past 3 films have all done $1 billion.
Yeah.
And this is the 4th film in a row. And if it does $1 billion again, it's never been done before, ever.
I'm sure it will do really well. But I can't help but not feel that it's not like Star Wars season. It's not happening. Next week isn't Star Wars. It feels just not as, I don't feel that hype that we've been having for the past 3 films. Maybe it's because it's
Christmas.
so focused. It's not, it's not at the same time these movies have been coming out, and it's not as focused. So, and because it kind of feels like a spin-off, Rogue One at least still had that kind of whole entire episodic connection, where this one's starting to feel way more focused maybe. But I'm hoping to be surprised.
Well, episode 9's back to Christmas, so we'll have that feeling again.
That's
But
going to be huge.
next week, Solo, a Star Wars story. We're going to find out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Comment below. Let us know if you want to go.
Absolutely.
And until then, ChasingCinema.com is known as
The Film Lovers website.